All right, so if squats have been notarized as the king exercise for lower body, arguably for the upper body, we could talk about dips as the king of the upper body pressing exercises. The cool thing about dips is that you can do them most anywhere. I'm going to show you two variations today, one using traditional dip handles, and then the other we'll go ahead and use a bench dip. And I just want to break down a few of the variations just so you can see if you want to target more chest or tricep. Now, with dip handles, sometimes they're going to be a fixed width, sometimes you're going to be able to adjust. In the perfect world, based on your shoulder, if I bring my elbows up behind me, my hands should be directly underneath my elbows. So for here, this is about perfect for me. You might have a time where you're a little bit more in, a little more out, you're gonna have to deal with that. But in normal dip situation, we're just gonna be hands underneath the shoulders. Now, as I go ahead and get into my dip position, we're gonna start in that position, so I'm gonna come up and I'm going to lock out. Now, the first thing I'm gonna notice is my shoulder position. So just like our push-up and bench press tutorial, where I talked about the shoulders being back and down, we're gonna do the same thing here, and we're gonna try to keep them here the entire time. If the shoulders come forward, I put more pressure on the anterior part of the shoulder, thereby causing potential pain or dysfunction, and I'm not getting a good lengthening of the chest in its ideal position. So as I get in position, I'm gonna come up, lock out, and then I'm gonna roll my shoulders back and down. Now, as I go into my descent, I'm gonna have two options. I can either rock forward here into this position and then drive up, and see there's a nice curve to this, which is going to be focused more on the lower part of the chest and give me a good chest stretch. However, if I'm using dips to emphasize a little bit more of a tricep, again, tricep extension, then I'm gonna stay more upright. So either way, I'm gonna bring the shoulders back, but now I'm gonna force the elbows back, drop down, and press straight down and up. Again, back. If I go forward, it's chest. If I stay back, I get more tricep in that variation. So again, based on what we want to emphasize, if I want to do a primary lift for the lower part of the chest, stay forward. If I want more of a tricep primary, stay a little bit more upright. Some of it's going to be dependent on your shoulder flexibility, which leads me to another variation, which we call our iso extreme dip, which is a great way for my athletes to actually open up their shoulders and to be able to absorb more force at length, especially if you're a person like a football player, a grappler, where you get extended and you get a lot of pressure on the shoulders. This might be a key for you, and it's a good transition if you've gotten good at our iso parallel push-up that I showed you in a different video. How we would do that is we would start in our up position. I'm gonna start my timer, and then I'm gonna slowly do an eccentric. Once I'm at the bottom position, I continue to pull, 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 and I'm gonna do that for time, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Most of my athletes struggle to start with just 1 minute intervals in that position, but eventually we can get to the point where you can do 3, even 5 minute iso extreme, where I'm down here lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. And then for added bonus, so if you start with 1 minute, imagine me here, I take 1 minute to get to the bottom position, I continue to pull, 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 timer goes off, 1 minute, drive up without compensation with the shoulders rounding forward. That would be our iso extreme dip that really works great for shoulder endurance, chest endurance, opening things up. So if you're really tight like this, sitting at the desk all day, this iso extreme dip might be one of your go-tos as either a finisher or to warm up your chest to get ready for that whole upper body workout. All right, if you're an individual who is struggling with even being able to do dips with your own body weight, band is a great idea. I can take bands, throw it right over my dip attachment. I can put one knee down on my shin. I can hold that up, cross my legs, and guess what? Now I have my assisted dip apparatus. If you're heavier, use a heavier band. If you're lighter or you're getting stronger, keep going to thinner bands until we can get to body weight only. but I recommend trying to get to body weight only when you can do a minimum of 5 good dips or above. After that, we need to get stronger. So once you can do 10 reps pretty easy on your dips, then we're gonna transition to the weighted dips, which I'm gonna show you next. All right, for weighted dips, we need an attachment like this. It basically is a nice strap that has a back pad that I can pull over. I step in and then I just pull it up like I'm pulling on my shorts, and then it hugs my back here, but I'm hanging weight between my legs. From this position, I can get back up into my dips. I personally, depending on the nature of the weight, I can kind of pinch it to keep it from swinging, but I'm gonna come here or just cross your legs here, and then I can do my dips in this position here, but now I can add body weight. And again, I recommend doing weighted dips once you can do at least 3 sets of 10 reps. After that, we have to have that progressive overload. So by adding weight to your body weight, we're gonna keep that progression going. The reason why I love dips too, not only is it a great exercise for total upper body development, but it's easy to do anywhere, and it's very easy in terms of if I just bring a belt with me, you're always gonna find a way to do dips, and especially with the bench dip that I'm gonna show you next.